everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a November wrap-up and a December TBR. So in the month of November, I read a total of 6 books, which I think is pretty good. I was in a reading slump in October. Like, I read 1 book in October. I read 6 in November, which is amazing. Most of them were actually on my November TBR, so that's actually amazing too, because usually I deviate a lot, and I mean, I read some that weren't on it, but most of the ones that were on my TBR are gonna be in my wrap up. So the first books that I read in the month of November were Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of Gods and Monsters, both by Laini Taylor. These were definitely in my November TBR, and I read them and I loved them. Let me just say, I loved them. I'm going to actually be doing a review on the whole trilogy. It's going to be half non-spoiler and half spoiler. Make sure you know before I spoil anything. I absolutely love these books, and if you haven't read these, you should definitely check them out because I absolutely love them. You know, if you like dark kind of fantasy with a little bit of romance and like a bunch of creatures, you'll definitely like this because this is amazing. I absolutely recommend these, and I'm really sad that it's over because I love this trilogy. I'm definitely going to check out Night of Kickin' Puppets. It's the novella, which is actually just about when Mick and Susanna met, because I definitely need to read that because they're like my 2 favorite characters. The third book that I read for the month of November is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I reread this month because, I don't know, October was really the month that I was planning to read this in, but I just went ahead and read it in November because I wanted to reread it. Really great book. I mean, come on, everybody knows at least the name. If you haven't read it, please read it because it's so old and it's so amazing, and it's great. You gotta read it. Next book that I read in November is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. Hopefully I said that right. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I mean, it was pretty good. I didn't like the ending because it was a bit underwhelming and because it made me super mad. Yeah. The 5th book that I read in November is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I didn't know if I was gonna like this book, but I got it. And I read it, and I loved it. Okay, so I didn't like it as much at the beginning, but at the end, like, more like the last page, it was incredible. The end, I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen at the end because it was a little predictable, but, like, at the end, like, just the last page was, like, it was amazing. Okay. So this book is actually written in verse. And I love that because I haven't read too many books that are in verse besides Ellen Hopkins. It has a lot of awards. So I just took it, read it, and I love it. So yeah, I would definitely check this out if you like books that are written in verse, and as well if you like I guess crime and just like, I don't know, it's like morality thing. It's not a very long book. It only took me a few hours to read it. So the last book that I read in November was The Good Girls by Sarah Shepard. This is the 2nd book in the Perfectionist duology, and I just have to say, I loved this so much. I don't remember when I read The Perfectionist. I think it was during the summer, but like, whoa, this blew my mind. So much better than the first book. And like, I kind of called one thing in it, but I did not call the second thing in it. Amazing. I'm also going to be doing a review on The Perfectionists and The Good Girls eventually because amazing. Please check the book out if you like mystery and like crazy plot twists at the end that are like that movie Frequency. Just like that. I mean, it's not the same thing, but like it feels like that when you figure everything out. So yeah. Check this out, please. Alright everybody, I'm going to go ahead and move on into my December TBR. This month I only decided to read 4 books because I decided that I usually only read about a book per week, which is, you know, I mean, that's a lot. A book per week is a lot. I read 6 books this month. Well, most of my books are actually really big that I'm trying to read this month, well, in December. But yeah, I just decided for 4. The first book that I want to read is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. It's not in the cover because I was reading it and I always take it off, and I have the bookmark on. I didn't want to put it over the bookmark, so yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to be reading Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. She's my favorite author. This is my favorite book series. This is the last book in the series, and I am so, I want to read it so bad, and so I'm definitely going to read it very soon. This is the first book. This is the top priority for me right now. There's 980 pages of hopefully awesomeness. I'm not going to tell you guys anything about the next book that I want to read. Well, the next two books that I want to read in December are City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fire, both by Cassandra Clare. I read a little bit of this and I liked it. I can't really tell you anything because again, they're at the end of a series, so again, go look it up on Goodreads because, you know. And I feel like this and the Throne of Glass series are common knowledge to most book people. So if you just want to figure, like if you don't know though, just go look it up because it's really easy. You can find it anywhere online. And the last book that I want to read in December is one that I've been waiting for a long time, and I've had it on my shelf for a long time. You guys have probably seen it and been like, oh, she's probably read it already, but no, I have not. It is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I've been wanting to read this for so long. I've had it for so long. I've been looking at it on my shelf for so long and being like, I need to read it because I love Veronica Roth. I love Divergent, and I know this has nothing to do with Divergent, guys. I know, I'm just saying I love Divergent, so I'll most likely like this. Really, really want to read this. This book is about a girl named Syra, I think? Syra. It's C-Y-R-A. That's how you spell it. Anyways, she is the sister of a brutal leader who rules the people of, I think, the Shotet people. So they have these powers that are given to them from like a current, and I'm not really sure like what that's about or anything yet, but apparently some sort of current gifts them a power. Her gift gives her pain and power, which is something that her brother, the leader of the people, uses. He uses her as like a weapon to torment his enemies and to like get information out of them, I guess. I don't know, that seems like what it might be, I'm not sure. But she is smarter than he knows, and I'm guessing that she can probably outsmart him any day, so we'll figure out how that goes. And the other character, I think his name is Akos. He is the son of a farmer and an oracle from the frozen nation planet of Thuve. I think that's how you say it. Him and his brother are captured by the Syra, I think her name is, by her people, and he just wants to save his brother and get him out and get both of them out safely. I'm sensing that those two are probably gonna fall in love, but I don't know yet. But it seems kind of obvious, but maybe it's not, but it seems like it is. Also, I want to point out how amazing this cover is. I don't know if it actually is shining in the light. Is it actually shining in the light? Because when I look at it, it's darker, probably because the light is hitting, but it's very pretty. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and I'm finally going to, I think this month, maybe next year if I don't read it this month, because this is the last month of the year. That's the video. That's all I have. I am going to be doing a bunch of things soon. I'm going to try to do some Christmas bookish crafts, and I think those will be really fun. I have two in mind right now. I'm not going to spoil them. I'm also coming out with a few reviews for, again, I said Perfectionist Duology and the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. And I also have a bunch of cool things for around Christmas time. I'm not doing Bookmas because I don't have that many ideas, but I'm going to be doing a bunch of different cool things in the month of December, and I'm really excited to show you guys everything that I'm doing, as well as next year in 2019 I'm going to be doing a bunch of things as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Bye guys.